G'day guys, welcome to another podcast for the Golf Shed Gurus. I'm Todd Brackenridge, joined by Rico McKenzie. How are you, mate?
Toddy, I'm very good.
How's the week been?
Yeah, not bad.
What are we up to, number 5?
Number 5 already.
There
How
you go.
time flies when
you
you're
go.
having fun.
Absolutely. Mate, before we get into the rant, I want to pick up on something.
Okay, quick though, I'm pretty angry
It's
this
literally
week.
just come to my attention.
Yeah.
A photo has surfaced of Tiger Woods with a fan,
Yeah.
a young
Yeah.
fan, I dare say
Yeah.
at one of Charlie's junior
Maybe.
tournaments. Tiger without the leg
Yeah.
sleeve, I guess we could say. His right leg now exposed for the
Yeah.
first time in quite some time.
Like a picture of a unicorn, really.
Yeah.
You know they're out there, but you don't know if they exist until you see the photo.
Mate, he does not look well. His right leg is in all sorts. It is in all
yeah.
sorts. We'll put a picture up and give you all a look.
Yeah,
but
it's a bit gruesome, but I mean, if he's functioning, he's out and about with it out, so can't be too bad.
I'll
So
tell you what,
there's
yeah.
hope.
Right, we're another week in. Where are you at with Tiger? Do we see him play again in 2022?
Well, there's rumours about him in Europe.
The week
leading
before
into
the British Open.
Yeah, it might be a sponsors deal there, but I hope so. I'm going to say
Gotta get off the
hopeful
fence.
yes.
You got to get off the fence. Give me
Yes.
something. I'm going to go no. I don't think he's any chance. I hope so too, but I'm going to go no.
More in hope.
Mate, rather, give me a rant. Give me rant number 3.
Yeah, okay.
Rico's rant.
We're going off topic,
Okay.
and we're going away from golf. I don't know if other listeners feel the same way or where they live, it's the same. But how about the roads, potholes?
Pothole rant, Rico.
It's unbelievable.
Well, you only drive a little car too.
I do. We fair dinkum have the worst roads in Australia,
In reference to...
in the world, maybe.
Yep.
They are terrible.
Quick shout out to any of the Orange City Council. Who may be
Yeah,
listening in.
absolutely. I pay me rates. I don't know where they're going. I honestly don't. I was driving around the other day and I saw a family peering into one. They said they lost their kid down there. They had to call the SES to come and get him out. So, do better.
So that's this week's rant is potholes in Orange.
Yeah.
All right, mate. US Open wrapped up
Yeah.
a couple of days ago now. Matty Fitzpatrick -6, 27 years of age. Matty Fitzpatrick,
really
he's
good.
a pup.
Good.
He beat Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler -5. Scotty Scheffler, obviously the world number 1 player. Will Zalatoris, he's third runner-up
Amazing.
in a major. He is major money, Will Zalatoris, isn't he? He really is. Matty Fitzpatrick has gained 20-plus yards off the tee since January this year.
Yes.
This is quite interesting because we spoke about the length debate a couple of weeks ago. Matty Fitzpatrick was controversial, said a couple of silly things
He did, yeah.
in regards to Brooks and maybe Bryson, was it?
I believe as well, when he was doing his...
But he's jumped on board, Matty Fitz. He's working with, it's called The Stack. It's a training aid called The Stack. It's an app, so it's designed for everyone.
Yeah.
So basically, Rick McKenzie can get on there. They do some data on Rick McKenzie, and the Stack app is now built for him.
Hey, and we all need a little extra length.
Absolutely. Amen, Rico. Amen. On and off the course, Rico. But yeah, it's quite interesting. He's picked up 20-something yards.
Yep.
Has contended a couple of times this
he's
year.
played
Only
really
last
well.
week in Canada he played well.
Yeah.
But Matty Fitzpatrick picks up his first major. Only the second Englishman to win the US Open, the first being
You got me.
Justin Rose.
Of course, Rosie.
Marion, yep. All right. Give us your take, mate. What'd you get out of the US Open?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
It was a really enjoyable
Good
Open
coverage.
to watch.
Good coverage.
Good coverage for us. We got a fair good coverage. I don't think the US were real happy with the coverage they got.
No, there's plenty of ads apparently. A minute and a half, and then there was an ad break.
I quite enjoyed it. Very tough golf course. A US Open score won it. 5 under. And well deserved. He's been playing well. He added the missing link. It was a bit of length because we all know how well he putts.
Yeah. Well, funny you should bring up his game. Let's talk about something quite obscure he does. Matt Fitzpatrick, for those who missed out, chips left-hand low. So
cross-handed.
He's right-handed, but he chips left-hand low and did it quite effectively.
Very interesting. I guess it's an effective way to use the bounce for those that know golf terms, but it's a bit odd. It's not very...
I saw an interview between him and his coach, and that was the only way he felt he could use the bounce. Yeah,
it's not very common at all.
I'm with you, Matty.
And he did it on the biggest stage. And
I tell you what, that's where these guys have credit where it's due with these guys. It's one thing to go down to your local chipping green and chip left-hand low. It's another thing to be in the middle of a US Open in contention and then chip left-hand low.
I will say he hit 17 greens in the final round, so he didn't.
That is going to help.
Very often,
you won't have to chip too often. But But yeah, look, I mean, credit where it's due to Matty Fitzpatrick. He now obviously heads to the Open Championship,
A lot of confidence.
essentially in his homeland, with a lot of confidence at St Andrews.
Yeah.
Mate, he's caddy Billy Foster, been on tour for 40
Long
plus
time,
years.
Caddied for some of the best, some of the biggest names.
Sevy, Lee Westwood was unfortunately unfortunately on the bag for Thomas Bjorn in his Open Championship debacle.
Yeah.
Quite passionately speaks about that.
Quite
still.
Emotional when he talks about that one, and quite a lot of emotion, understandably.
Well, the camera went straight to him, didn't it? It didn't really go up, Matt Fitzpatrick.
It was a big moment for him, and he mentioned as much as well after the tournament that he didn't have a monkey on his back; he had a gorilla on his back. So it's good to get it off.
Well, I mean, look, and it's funny that there's a bit more emphasis on caddies and stuff like that now, but
they're a team, really. Essentially,
he's only 27, and Billy Foster's been caddying for 40 years. So there's a stat for you.
Popular player and caddy win, I think.
All right, mate. Biggest praise for the US Open. What did you like the most out of the event?
It was close. The competition, you didn't know where to look. You didn't know who was going to win. There was a lot of good names at the top as well.
There was.
Obviously, Scotty's number one in the world. He was there. Morikawa was there at the stage. Rory, obviously, he won the week before and he contended fairly strongly there. So when you talk about competition at the highest level, that was that went down to the wire. And it's obviously 3 prior US Opens, they were all gone to a playoff. It looked like it was heading towards a playoff as well. So,
yeah, I thought it was actually. Biggest flop of the US Open this year?
I expected more out of a few of the big names. Yeah, Brooks maybe. I would have liked to have seen him and Dustin, maybe Justin Thomas. But yeah, no massive flops.
Okay,
it was. I really, really enjoyed this tournament. It was good.
You can change between here and the Open Championship in about 3 weeks. But who is your Open tip at the moment?
I would like to see Rory not win again between now and then take a bit of momentum in just playing well. He'll start. I feel like he'll start favourite. Him or Rahm will start favourite. I think Rory. He'll want to win one at St Andrews.
Played well as an amateur, didn't he? At the British Open at St Andrews.
It's a big tournament at St Andrews. That's the one everyone wants to win. I think he'll be there.
Okay. He's hard to leave out. For his sake, I hope Will Zalatoris wins the Open Championship. Nice. I think if you keep coming runner-up, you fall into that Ricky Fowler
surely
bracket.
No one dislikes him.
No,
he's a likeable kid.
And
plays well. And
credit to him for his 3rd runner-up in a major. I think he's only played 10.
9. I think he's played 9, 6 top 10s, 3 top 3s.
It's crazy good. It's that good, and it's that much money. It's ridiculous.
And the difference between his regular PGA stats and his major stats are miles apart. It's crazy.
On the subject of money, let's move across to Live Golf. Because there's plenty of money there. Abraham Answer has joined the party. Yeah. We will anticipate a few more in between now and our next podcast joining the party as well.
Yeah.
The next event is at Pumpkin Ridge in Portland, Oregon. We've actually played there.
We have played there.
Pumpkin Ridge. It was a long time ago.
It resembled Wentworth at the time.
Yeah, it was soaked. I remember that. Yeah. It now becomes the host venue next week, June 30. It tees off. Plenty of names rumoured to be coming across in the next week or two. Too. Let's keep it simple. Give me one who you think is Live Golf bound for Portland, Oregon.
For Portland? I don't know if he's messing with the people with some of his antics on Twitter, but Brooks Koepka is heavily rumoured to be one of the bigger names that are going.
Okay.
Yeah, you?
I think Adam Scott is Live Golf bound.
Yeah.
Whether you love him or hate him, I think you're mad how you can hate him. But I think Scotty will chase the shorter season and the more cash, and who can blame him?
Yeah, I think so. There's rumours of a couple of top 10 players maybe joining, so it'd be very, very interesting.
Yeah, it hasn't really been closely spoken about a lot, Adam Scott, but I think that's he's going. So the next event, June 30, kickoff Portland, Oregon. They head to the US.
Yep.
The PGA has now announced that they're going to counter-argue or counter-attack Live Golf. They're obviously looking to work closely with the DP World Tour. Obviously, Live Golf are looking to work closely with them as well. So it's an interesting relationship there. 3 big events. They're going to be held in the Middle East, Asia.
Yep.
And I think we're Europe bound as well for the 3rd event. $105 million for these 3 events gets put in the pool. Obviously, no sign-on bonus for playing in the US Tour event, but I dare say it's going to be aligned with the DP Tour some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Look, and that's unbelievable, and it's great to see that the PGA Tour is actually going to counter-argue.
Maybe Phil was right.
Counter-attack. Yeah, well, that's right. I'll tell you what, he's not wrong at the moment,
No,
is
he's forced them into doing something.
Yeah. Why can't Australia get a nod? So we're going to the Middle East. We're going to play. I know there's money in the Middle East, but we're going to the Middle East to play a golf tournament.
A couple of things at play there. Obviously, the tour sort of originates in the Middle East. I think what hurts us is distance and time.
Yeah,
it's on the wrong time of day for a TV audience. I think that always hurts us. But in terms of golf course, you're not going to find better facilities.
No.
If they went to the Melbourne Sandbelt...
I'll tell you what, there's a course down there, Peninsula Kingswood. It's only been open for a couple of years now. Yeah. It is good to go. 36-hole venue, it's good to go.
I think with Norman high up there, eventually there'll be events in Australia, whether it's in Perth or in Melbourne or what. But eventually, I think it will happen.
You wonder if it's just basically time, or is Australia's governing bodies flopping when we need them the most here at the moment? It'd be interesting. I cannot believe we're going to the Middle East and Australia hasn't even been in the discussion. I can't
imagine.
Quick shout out to all our listeners from the Middle East.
I can't imagine our government all of a sudden got a conscience and they'll knock back all that money. So.
Yeah, no, that's right. But anyway, that's the PGA Tour's defence. Like we mentioned, it's good to see them come out and put up a defence. I think they needed to.
They didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Rory obviously is now the lead drummer of the defence of the PGA Tour.
Very much so.
He certainly is not shy of a camera at the moment. He's obviously going to hang around Justin Thomas as well. But other than that, that top 10 looks a little bit shaky. Who's in and who's out in terms of live golf in particular. All right, mate. Titleist.
Yes.
They're bringing out a new wood. They're going to seed it at this week's Travellers Championship. Obviously, they've got some gun players on their roster already. Zalatoris, Justin Thomas.
Big names.
Where else am I going here? Who else uses Titleist these days? Help me if you can. Max Homer, Cam Smith will all be
Will Zalatoris, big names.
Yeah, Will Zalatoris will be using this new Titleist driver. It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're shocking anyone in saying they've maybe fallen behind a little bit equipment-wise.
Not on it's funny.
Driver-wise, I should say.
Yeah, it's funny. They haven't on a tour level.
Yeah, they obviously release a driver not as often as some of the big boys. Yeah. But Titleist, geez, when we were growing up, Titleist for the... everybody wanted.
And I think they still are. Their ball certainly dominates now. Yeah. But
we've seen a few little sneak peeks of the driver.
I tell you what, if someone can snare a win with their new driver,
absolutely,
it's money for Titleist. That's what it is.
Justin Thomas and Max Homer for sure for that. But.
Absolutely. All right, mate. What else is happening this week? What do we got on?
Well, my rant the other week was about the Origin, and we have the Origin coming up.
A few reactions from the rant, too.
It's good for those that aren't in Australia. It's a rugby league.
In the Middle East?
Yeah, rugby league it's the greatest sports rivalry in Australia, maybe the world. And it's New South Wales versus Queensland.
A bit cool, isn't it?
Rugby league. It's like Yankees, Red Sox, but better.
Yeah. Give us a tip, mate.
Well, we got rolled in the last one. We were a bit unlucky. I thought the refs were a bit average. No, we were average, so better. A lot of changes, a bit of controversy around the picks from the coach, Brad Fittler, for New South Wales.
Yep.
I think I'm the only one that actually likes the changes.
Continues to leave Cody Walker out. It's ridiculous. But anyway.
Crazy of him. I think I'm the only one that actually likes the squad and the team that he picks, so I'm pretty confident.
Oh, wow, okay.
Pretty confident it'll be a bit of a cakewalk, really. So.
Wow, okay. So you're tipping New South Wales win Origin 2 in Perth. Give me a score.
13 plus.
No, I need a score.
Yeah. 28-8.
28-8, okay. Look, I love New South Wales, but I do not like the changes, so I'm going Queensland to win. Just between you and I right now, obviously I'll still be supporting for New South Wales.
Listening.
But I'll go Queensland to win. I'll have the same score, 28-8. Man of the match?
Boo. Man of the match, he's got to have to bounce back. Nathan Cleary. If it's not him, it's going to be Isaiah Yeo. He got a bit of a bump in the start of the last game, and he wasn't really a factor. I think he's the most influential player on the field, so I'm going to actually go Isaiah Yeo.
Anytime try scorer?
Jake Trbojevic under the post.
I'll go Cameron Munster, man of the match. Selwyn Cobbo will score a try. He scores a try every time he plays. Yeah. Mate, give me one to follow.
One to follow is going to be a group of golfers in America. They're associated with or affiliated with Barstool in America. Foreplay is their name.
Just quickly, Barstool became famous last year when the ladies, or they didn't become famous, they became famous in golf last year.
Yeah.
When the ladies' golf tournament, the college tournament was cancelled, but the men's tournament still went on. Barstool swept in and put up the prize money for the college golf tournament. And I think these guys ever since have pretty much taken off.
Yeah, stateside, Barstool's known for a lot of things. And the golf side of things, they've given Riggs the lead there on the golf side of things, and they're pretty hilarious.
They are good.
They got Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I've been just hammering the YouTube channel lately, and they played little 4-balls against pros. The Max Home one was good. The Pat Perez one is worth a watch. They're pretty funny. They're average golfers. They're terrible, and it's
very relatable. They're all 4 of them.
Oh,
are
absolutely.
Very
they all hit shots worse than what we hit. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, jump on Foreplay. Worth a follow. Yeah.
All right, mate, that'll just about do us for another episode.
Are we done?
Podcast number 5 is complete.
We are flying through these. I hope everyone's enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope everyone out there is enjoying the show. Big thanks for tuning in. Make sure you follow the socials. We're at Golf Shed Gurus on Instagram. We're on this Twitter thing.
We're on Twitter. We are at Golf Shed Gurus on Twitter as well.
Hit us up on either one of those two. We'd love to hear from you. If you want something on the show in particular, maybe let us know. Feel free to let us know what you want us to talk about, and we can basically talk crap with the best of them.
Absolutely, we can. Underwater.
Have a good week. Make sure you get out there and practice. Okay?
100 a day. It's easy, mate.
And if you get the chance, get a game in over the weekend. Cheers, guys.
Turtles.